Welcome back to Native Honor Hours. I got it right today.
We're back again. Are
Yeah.
you kind of constantly surprised that we're invited back?
We have to finish our intro.
Oh, in case
My name is Ed Zendejas, and this
I'm
is...
Cindy Krafka.
Do you think people know that by now?
I think we have a following. I think
You
our
think
fans
so?
know who we are.
All right.
And if not, maybe
No, I
it's
think-
better if they don't.
No, I think when they turn the TV on, it's oh, it's those two goofballs again.
I know.
I don't think they really know our names.
Maybe we don't need, maybe that's better.
Nah, maybe it is.
I still get surprised when people come up and say, we watch your show. I get all embarrassed. And why? It's not,
Well,
it's
if
Ed.
I were you, I would be embarrassed too.
I've seen you on TV. Neither one of us are going to be in line for best
You don't think the networks are going to come
TBS.
after us?
I might have to, we'll both probably have to have some plastic surgery before that happens.
All right, well, we're starting in on another school semester. You looking
Believe
forward
it?
to that?
No, school starts Monday. I will be the day it starts. I'm looking forward to seeing the kids.
I can do without the kids.
Oh, we got a bunch of new
You know,
ones coming
when
in.
we always say, the kids, a lot of our students are 30, 40
Well,
years old.
You know, 40
They're not
to me,
kids anymore.
40 to me is still, my kids are 38. So
Yeah, that's right.
38
30
to
to
me
you is
still a
really
kid.
young.
I know. We got a bunch of new ones coming in. It's going to be a great year.
Do we? How many new ones we have coming in?
We've got about 20 new ones coming in that I have personally met and talked to.
Native students?
Yeah. We're on the uptake.
Good to see that you're doing your job.
Somebody has to.
Yeah, somebody
Beg
has
them to come to UNO, but we're going to have a pool party. We're already starting to plan big
You know what?
events.
You were talking off camera about being offended a little bit. I'm sort of, kind of a little bit offended.
Uh-oh, what offends you?
Usually every year, the get together with Intertribal Student Council, it's at my place. I grill steaks, hamburgers, all kinds of stuff. This year,
But
I
you're
got a
still
better
at least
offer.
It's a pool. They have a pool.
I had a pool at my last house.
Yeah, but you never put water in it.
It did. It was just never cleaned. That's all.
So yeah, but now look
It's
at
like it's like being back on the res and jumping in, that
Look at it this
green
way
lake.
though. You and Monica get to come in and just relax and visit. You never visit. You cook until you almost pass out. You sit down, you eat, and we all leave.
I'm not happy unless there's smoke and my face is all red.
We might
all
even
red.
we can always have a cookout
Am I
at your
invited?
house. Of course.
Am I?
Of course.
Am I supposed to bring the meat?
No.
No? Or you guys?
Yeah. You're supposed to bring the meat.
Not if it's not at my house, I'm not bringing
I'm
it.
thinking pizza, and nobody really have to worry about
Are
cooking.
you?
But then we could do a cookout at your house for just no reason whatsoever except Ed's having a cookout.
Would they come?
Of course they would come. I would make them.
Yeah, you make them. With school starting, we got our program we're at the Tribal Management and Emergency Services program. We got some pretty good news the other day.
What?
Our numbers are just blowing up.
Do you know you have a co-ed, an undergraduate in your Tribal Emergency Management program now?
Tribal Management and Emergency Services.
Whatever. Me.
Are you in it?
Yes.
Are you one of our new students?
I'm taking 2 classes this semester.
You better not take it from me. I'll flunk you.
Oh, I'm taking Jordan. I want to learn something.
You want to learn something? Come on, you're not going to learn anything online.
I teach online.
Do you?
Yes, I like online learning. I can do it on my bed at 8 o'clock at night with nobody bothering me. I don't have to get up and get dressed and go to class. I don't have to do anything. I do it on my own time.
Well, as I was saying, our numbers are, for a small little program that we have, we're almost as big or as some of the actual big programs at the College of Public Affairs and Community Service.
You know what that means? It's
Job
time
security.
to expand.
That means job security is what it means.
It's time to expand.
What's that?
It's time to expand.
Yeah, I have some thoughts on expansion. I really do.
I would love to hear them. Actually, I think I know. I think you told me, and I'm just so senile I forgot until just now.
Well, I haven't shared them with any administrators, so I don't know if I want to go on the air and...
Because the deans of all the colleges are watching our show. I'd say let's talk about what's coming up this year. You got a BIA conference coming to UNO?
Hopefully.
We've got a film festival
When
with
when we say BIA, we better explain the acronyms.
The Bureau of Indian Awkwardness.
Awkwardness. Well, every year we have a conference. We bring in,
A goot one.
yeah, we bring in, it's co-sponsored with the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Tribal Management, Emergency Management Group, and the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska. And we bring in speakers, we bring in, I was just talking the other day, we bring in its FEMA people, you know, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, who are supposed to, you know things. We bring them into the conference and they just expose themselves as clueless about Indian country, which is a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing for us is because, you know, that's the whole reason why our program exists, is because there's such this void of information that tribes need, because the FEMA people don't have a clue how to deal with tribes and how things work. So that's where we come in.
And the tribes have no idea how to deal with FEMA.
And that's right. And the bad thing is, you think FEMA, you know, with federal laws and all that they would have a better understanding of how tribes work so that they could better serve tribal communities. So it's good and bad. It provides an opportunity for us, but
Are those
when you think
appointed
about it, it's not that
positions?
good for tribes.
Are those appointed positions?
Some of them are appointed, and most of them are civil service positions.
Who is the head of the Department of Interior? Who's over all of us?
Zinke.
Zinke.
You didn't know that?
I did. I just couldn't remember.
She
That's why I
didn't
asked
know
you.
it.
He's
It's
not.
up to
He's not a
me.
big
I always
fan.
have to do this.
He's
bail
not
her
a big.
out.
Him and that one Republican Native American are not necessarily fans of sovereignty.
Name me one administration that is a fan
True.
of sovereignty.
True that.
Even under, you know, democratic administrations, tribes have always gotten, you know, they're always last in line. They never get full. Oh, I feel a rant coming on. Is now a good time for a rant?
Rant away.
All right. Well, here's my rant, and this should go
Look
viral.
at how excited he is to do it. I'm nervous.
No, it's not. It's not. I think what you think it is, but I don't know how timely this is and when this will air. But you know, the president has imposed tariffs on foreign goods, which has caused other foreign countries to impose tariffs on goods from the United States. And one of the goods is farm crops, which meant,
The people who voted for it.
I don't know, some of them did, some of them didn't. But my point is this, is that they're losing money, the farmers are. And they started to complain about this. Oh, we're losing money, this is bad. And the president's response was, all right, we're going to provide a $12 billion basically welfare payment to prop up farmers that were losing money as a result of the president's tariffs.
Rather socialistic, isn't it?
Well, it's certainly not
the
free.
man who
It's
is
certainly not free market, and it's certainly not
No,
free
it's-
trade.
But nothing is what it is.
No, it isn't. But let me finish, because here's my point. They didn't have to file a lawsuit. They didn't have to. All they did was complain to their, you know, representatives, and all of a sudden, the administration was going to come up with $12 billion.
From where?
I don't know. That's what, you know. There's
Don't you
money
think
somewhere.
as taxpayers we should know where this money is coming from?
It was going to come from somewhere. But my other point is that when you look at the history of tribes, most recent history, farmers, the native farmers, were denied certain access to federal loans and subsidies. A class action lawsuit was filed. It's called the KeepsEagel lawsuit. It was a class action. These native farmers were denied by the Farmers Home Loan Administration, and it took years for that to be litigated up to the Supreme Court. And the courts found that they were being discriminated against, and they ended up settling, I think, for just shy of a little over $1 billion.
Wow.
So there were payments that were made to native farmers, but it took several years for this to happen. And the other lawsuit was the Cobell litigation, where the United States government specifically the Bureau of Indian Affairs, mismanaged tribal trust lands, individual tribal members and tribal trust land. And this was basically back to 1887. And the lawsuit was first filed, I think, in 1995. And it wasn't settled until 2013. And it was settled for an amount of about $3.4 billion. So combined, the tribes were able to get about a little over $4 billion after close to 20 years of litigation. And my point is that all these farmers, Caucasian farmers, had to do is say, oh, we're losing some money. The president caused us to lose money. And all of a sudden, you get like they were digging in these couches, and oh, we've come up with $12 billion. Here you go, take it. They didn't have to file a lawsuit. They didn't have to take it, even to Congress. And they come up with money to keep, and I'm thinking, why didn't they do the same with tribal farmers and or tribal trust land owners?
Until Standing Rock, I think we were fairly invisible. I think after Standing Rock, we opened the door. From what I understand and what I see, there's going to be Standing Rock 2 in Minnesota. They're pretty serious about that pipeline not going through.
Can I answer my question?
Sure.
The reason why,
answer his question.
No, the reason why is we don't matter.
I said that. We don't matter. I said those exact
we
words.
We don't have the political clout, the voice. We don't have. Even though those are federal obligations, trust and or treaty obligations. The United States government, this isn't stuff that's given to them. This was bargained for. The United States government truly owes this to tribes and tribal members. And a lot of people think, oh, they just want something for free. No, we want something that was bargained for and is owed us. And that's all we're asking for. And to be fair about it. But yet, Congress, the president, and it's not just this president, it's previous presidents, because the Cobell litigation and the KeepsEagel litigation took years over several different administrations. And it's just frustrating to see how tribal people are being treated and how the disparity of when a federal policy has a negative impact on white farmers. It's just, how much do we need? We'll write this check. And I made a comment on somebody's Facebook. I said, if they're going to do that, they ought to do it with the EBT card. They ought to give farmers EBT cards and make them go to the grocery store. Oh, look at that farmer. He's on welfare. Look at him. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Would you do that?
No.
You wouldn't do that?
No.
No, okay. I wouldn't either, but I just think it'd be sort of, oh, you must be getting reparations. Must be paying you.
The thing is, can you really blame the farmers? They asked. It's the government that gave it to them. People are turning against each other in America, and what we really need to be looking at is who's representing us.
Okay.
And also then to slide off if the women are coming. The native men haven't done anything.
I don't hear those farmers complaining about, oh, you Indians get something for nothing. Oh, you're getting that money because you're... I don't want to hear that.
Are we done ranting? Now can we go to the good thing? Breathe deep.
Okay, I feel better now.
All right, let's go to our Indians of the Week.
Oh,
and
okay, good.
I am taking over this segment.
Over that.
I am, because I am a woman and we are coming.
This is in your wheelhouse.
And perhaps you can throw in any male Native Americans you know that are in line for top positions at any point.
Listen to her.
But what I'm saying is...
there isn't any. That's why you did that.
I know. And feel free to correct me on the names because I want to get these women's names right. I'm really, really proud of the way that the mothers, the daughters are standing up. In Minnesota, Representative Donna Bergstrom, Red Lake Band of Chippewa, and Democratic Peggy Flanagan. Do you know what tribe she is? Was she Coeur d'Alene, maybe?
White Earth.
White Earth. Are running against each other. Two Native women running against each other.
It takes me to...
Of course, because I'm not good with names. I know what they all look like.
You're just not good with facts.
For Congress party nominations, and there's one more primary at the end of the month with, it looks like an Amanda Douglas, Cherokee has a good chance of winning it. Deb
Hayland, I believe it's pronounced.
is Laguna Pueblo from New Mexico. Sharice Davis, Ho-Chunk in Kansas. Ho-Chunk.
Actually, they're originally from Wisconsin, but sort of moved down.
So
to
are the
Kansas.
Ho-Chunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For governor, Paulette Jordan Courteline in Idaho. For governor, Andrea Tupelo, Hawaiian, is running for Hawaii. For lieutenant governor, Deborah Call, and I can't pronounce her tribal name, but she's a tribe from Alaska.
It's one of those Alaska names. I was saying, do they really count?
Yes.
Okay.
And Anastasia Pittman Seminole from Oklahoma. What if all those women get in? What if natives start seeing that maybe we could have a voice in the government?
I think that Paulette Jordan has an uphill battle because she's a Democrat running in a Republican state. The registered voters there is almost 3-1 in terms of. I think she's going to have a hard time.
Unless she can mobilize the youth that nobody can reach. If she can mobilize the youth, things can change.
She's going to have to do something monumental like that to overcome the sheer disparity in numbers between Republicans and Democrats in Idaho.
Do you remember the collective heart attack American had when, not Abby Hoffman, but one was governor of California or senator from California? Not Abby Hoffman, he married Jane Fonda. Oh, Monica, help
Jane
me.
Fonda.
No,
that was
the
Tom
one,
Hayden.
no, Tom Hayden, yes.
Anyway,
Yes, he was a
not
huge
the guy
hippie.
not the attorney from Godfather, not him.
No. He was
That
a
Tom
huge
Hagen.
hippie. He was at the forefront of the peace movement, and when he won that election, I remember my dad acting like he had been murdered.
Let's stay
This
focused
country's-
on the native women
that's
running
what
for office.
That's what the youth do. You think those native women, you think they got the older vote? No, they got the young vote. They got the mothers. They got the women.
But a political science major as you are know that young people don't vote.
But we could change that up.
That's
Ed.
what she's
That's
going to.
my hope.
Well, that's what she's going to have to do, something monumental like that, in order to overcome the sheer numbers of Republicans in the state of Idaho. I hope she does well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she can't do it. I'm just saying it's going to be a tough task.
At least she's trying. At least little girls have someone to look up to. That's what I think is important.
I totally agree with you. I'm not trying to diminish at all
So
what
who are
she's
the
doing.
men who are running? Could you give me a quick rundown? Congress, Senate, governor.
You have what's his name, Tom Cole, who is already in Congress, and Mark Wayne Mullen, I think it is.
Which one
from
is
Oklahoma.
the one that we would really just rather not claim as native? What is his name?
Oh, that would be Elizabeth Warren.
Ooh, and here's the thing. When he calls her Pocahontas, it's not as offensive because she's playing it, and that's exactly what Pocahontas was, a character.
I don't like her because I think she has appropriated our culture in to her advantage and not for Native people's advantage. But I don't like that, and I think it's wrong that the president calls her that.
I agree. Well, the president,
it's
everything
to
out of his mouth,
disparage.
everything out of his mouth is disparaging. But here's my concern with Elizabeth Warren. I like her platform. I like what she says. But in my mind, if you're willing to lie about something as fundamental as your ethnicity, which is at the heart of who you are, what won't you lie about?
Well, let's once again focus in on these Native women that are running. Obviously, there is going to be a Native woman lieutenant governor in Minnesota.
Yes, right on. I want to go work for.
Because one of them, I think it's Bergstrom is Republican, and Flanagan is a Democrat.
Right.
So either way, you're going to have. You know what? I was reading an article about those two, and they were actually sort of having a friendly conversation between the two. It wasn't you're this and you're that. They said, just bring it on, sister, let's do this, that kind of thing.
Which I'm glad to see because it's turning into a dogfight in a lot of places that I just don't think it needs to be.
I hate that
Tell
type
me
of
your
politics.
platform. Tell me what you believe in, and I'll vote how I choose.
So there will be a native lieutenant. You know, Minnesota also has a Supreme Court justice who's native. She's I can't remember what tribe she's from, but
I can see her
Minnesota's
face.
producing some
There's a lot of natives in Minnesota.
you know, some extremely high-profile Native women in very important places. So.
They also have 2 Native American restaurants there. They're very progressive. They have a great Native Indian center. That's
we
where
get politics. Oh, they got 2 nice restaurants.
Yeah, they do. Native American restaurants. You ever been to one?
I've been to the casino at our tribe, the buffet at the casino.
Doesn't count.
That's
Doesn't
pretty
count.
good. But I don't know.
I've only been to one in my life, and I'm 60.
But on the other 2, once again, we need to focus. The Sharice David down in Kansas, she's running in a district that was just narrowly, in the last presidential election, just narrowly Hillary Clinton won that. So she does have a chance because the numbers there are relatively even. I think she has a chance to win that. And that Deb Haaland.
I'd like to go down and hear her speak. If she ever comes close enough to Nebraska that it's just a hop, skip, and a jump, I want to go hear her speak.
We should go down there.
Let's
We're not
do
going
it.
to, but we should.
Why not?
Because it takes too much time.
We'll go stay in Lawrence.
Both
and
of us are
visit
generally
Haskell.
pretty lazy.
We'll go to go visit Haskell.
I don't want to do that.
I do. I like Haskell. I like.
But
to
the other
visit
one,
there.
Deb Haaland, she's in a district that is predominantly Democrat, so she has a really good shot of getting elected.
Is Coeur d'Alene the major tribe in Idaho?
It's the tribe from Smoke Signals.
I know, but
remember?
is that like the largest tribe in
It's
Idaho?
one of the biggest ones.
What's the biggest tribe in Nebraska?
It's got to be Omaha's.
I think it's Lakota.
No, it's not.
I think so.
You guys don't even have a land base here.
We don't need one. We just multiply like bunnies.
No, you don't. But that's what's exciting this fall when the election rolls around. We'll be
I know.
keeping an eye on that. And yes, you are correct. The men have basically abdicated any type of form of trying to lead and be good examples. So that's something that we need to work on. I see others like, yeah, you guys suck. You guys
It's what
aren't
you
doing
know.
anything."
It's what the circle of grandmothers is. It's about you need to do it. You old men need to come together and teach these young men
We're
how
just
to
too
be.
tired.
You're too lazy. None of you will cook. The
That's-
circle of grandmothers
What do you
love
mean
it,
none
man.
of us will cook? I just told
Food.
you I was willing to grill and burn meat for the.
Once
the
a month, you would
students.
cook for the grandfathers because you know none of them are bringing
No,
nothing.
you asked my girlfriend over there. I grill.
Well, then it's
a
time to
lot.
do it. Get the
I s-
grandfathers
I s-
together.
I smoke meat and I grill and.
Make up some programs. Be out in the community.
That's too hard.
We made 50 pies to send to Standing Rock. What'd the grandpas do?
Nothing.
Just saying.
We watched you.
The women
And
are standing
beg
up.
for some crumbs. That's what we
Sarah
did.
Krafka for governor. Let's do it.
Yes, it could
Yep,
happen.
It could happen.
Sarah, Jordan,
Jordan,
my daughter Jordan.
lieutenant governor. Sarah Krafka for Senate.
You know, my daughter Brookton is extremely capable too, but I don't think she wants to dedicate any time to. She's got 4 kids, but she could do it. Jordan
Sarah
could
and
do it.
Jordan, they're single, no kids, ready to
Sarah.
roll.
Sarah.
Sarah, I'll ride on your bus, honey.
You know, I've actually dealt with politicians, and a good number of them are not that bright.
Oh, my daughter's a genius, and she would probably have a psychedelic bus for mama.
All right. Well, do we have any? So our natives of the week are all of these.
Are the body of Native American women
these
saying we've
women
had
that
enough?
are going out in front.
We're
and
standing up. You know what? I would like to see it start happening in tribal leadership a little bit more too.
Yeah, that would be good. We have some time for Knuckleheads of the week.
Well, you already just said the Great Orange Father is pretty much.
That was
right
a
up
rant.
there.
That was sort of a.
Oh, that's not Knucklehead.
Not
That's
really
Rant.
a knucklehead.
Would you write down the difference between those two so I'll remember?
There's a rant and then there's knuckleheads. The other knuckleheads, and this is a collective body of knuckleheads. So there's a collective group of knuckleheads of the week this week. And that would be all of the primarily white guys that are offended by the Washington Caucasians t-shirts.
What, it makes white older men crazy.
I don't know what it is. It's really, if you look at the t-shirt, it's really not that, it's not like it's Chief
Do
Wahoo.
you think it's maybe because it makes them look at themselves as an ethnicity? And from what we learned in political science, the dominant culture never thinks of themselves as an ethnicity because they don't have to, they're the dominant culture. But when they see Caucasians, I think they're racially offended, Ed.
I don't know, but I actually have some other logos that are much better than the one that was on that t-shirt.
Watch it, brother.
I know, I won't show them on TV, we'll probably get thrown off, but anyway, those are my collective knuckleheads of the week. All those mostly white guys, don't take offense to that, but mostly white guys that somehow lose it when they see that t-shirt. And you know what's interesting is they don't get the connection that it's sort of a parody on, or a different take on the Washington.
You know what's ironic about that whole situation? I could wear a Washington t-shirt to work. What do you think would happen to me if I walked in with a Caucasian t-shirt?
Well, that's what happened when I did that presentation a number of years ago. You know, they took down my alternate logo because they said it was offensive to white people, and in its place they put up the Washington and the Cleveland logo. When I was stupefied like that, just couldn't believe it.
I remember one year we were doing powwow and I walked into the gym. They had the fire, what was it that?
Fire Water Grill.
Fire Water Grill. We made them take it down.
Yeah, we did. But we managed to kill another 28 minutes this week. But let's see if we can do it again next week. Hope to see you back. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.